So today, lads, we are going to be talking about the old Courtney Williams podcast. So somebody actually responded to one of my tweets. I just tweeted about, obviously, the Bleacher Report thing. Ironically, like, this video has not come out yet. I have already recorded it, so it'll be out an hour after this because this is a little bit more urgent. But someone tweeted, should react to Courtney Williams' podcast with her dad. She talks about free agency news, especially the Fever. It isn't necessarily especially the Fever. It isn't, but she's talking about all the teams in free agency, and I didn't even know Courtney Williams started a podcast. I genuinely did not know that. But she has started a podcast with her dad, and as someone who is a big, big fan of Courtney Williams' dad, the unofficial mascot of the Minnesota Lynx, and again, the Lynx are like my second team. I'm a big, big fan of Lynx. I like how they play. It is like very much like old school ball. They do a lot of passing, a lot of moving. But I am a big, big fan of the Minnesota Lynx, not going to lie. But I need to find this here. I need to find it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Here is my old profile picture. Picture of me with Courtney Williams' father, who is in this podcast clip. Shout out to them. But obviously her dad is the unofficial mascot, it seems, of every team that she's been on. But I did not realize there is a new podcast on her channel. Obviously, I'm just going to be showing the Indiana Fever clip, but obviously what happened in the finals, talking about it. So you guys can go and watch this if you want. Obviously, it's a brand new podcast here. I will link it in the description. But she's talking about who won in free agency. She already Mark talked about the Fever.
We at that age now where we need the rehab. We need the
you know, them young
people, you love you some Cloud, bro.
Yeah, Cloud is my people.
I
man.
mean,
oh yeah. Seattle, Phoenix, Vegas, LA, Atlanta, New York.
Man, you ain't even
Indiana.
Thank you. I was gonna say you ain't even named the team that I think is gonna can really shake things up.
And I think I'd say every single player in that league is like, oh crap. When they saw everything with Indiana, they're like, they were annoying enough to deal with. Like, when you're playing ball, especially if you're a vet team, you don't want to sprint up and down. That is not what you want to do. You do not want to sprint up and down the whole time. And now you're like, okay, yeah, if we slow them down, we can beat them. We can't get them run. We slow them down, we can beat them. And now it's like, oh, they've now got Natasha Howard, who's one of the best rim runners. Oh, and in the half court, they've got Dewana Bonner now. And, you got Sophie Cunningham having to deal with her. She's just a pest. Like, no one's going to want to play Indiana. I think she's on the money with that one. Not even on the money. She's a damn player. She's not only a player. It's like, when you ask, if the players are being honest, when you asked, when you ask the players of the top teams who they're scared about, if they have no filter, they're going to be honest. They're going to be honest. If they're talking about this and they're on a top team, they're going to be honest.
I feel like we know Vegas is gonna be good because we know who they have on that team. Right. I think when you start talking about teams that can just be like, all right, bro, like they could be dangerous. The first team come to my mind is Indiana. I'm not gonna lie.
The Indiana Fever are the most dangerous team. And I'm not saying they're the best team. I actually don't agree with that. They're the best team. They are the most dangerous team. There is nobody that's going to be able to put up points like Indiana do. As quickly as Indiana do, with as much efficiency as Indiana do, there's not going to be a team that's going to be able to just get buckets like Indiana. So, like, I don't know if they're going to be able to win 3 of 5 against the Lynx or the Liberty, but I think in a one-off game, Indiana are as dangerous. Maybe if not the most dangerous, they're as dangerous as any team in the W.
Only because I feel like, bro, Natasha Howard, I feel is like super underrated for real. Like, even when we talking right now, we ain't said Natasha Howard name.
That's the reason. That is the reason why Natasha Howard is in Indiana. Because she is a 3-time champion, a depoy, a multiple-time All-Star, and she's played in finals as well that she has lost. It's not just that she's a 3-time champion and that's it. She averaged 17 points per game that year, and she has gotten no recognition. At the same time, going to the Fever, if you stink it up, it's going to be even worse. But, I mean, she's bet on herself for that one. And if she goes and not even if she wins a ring in Indiana, all she has to do is do well in Indiana, and people will start to remember what she did in her past. And she becomes in that conversation for, not greatest of all time or anything, but like she enters that borderline Hall of Fame conversation. especially because as time's going to go on, there's going to be more and more female basketball players in the Hall of Fame. She enters that Hall of Fame conversation with her resume if she just becomes a bigger name.
But it's like, bro, she's a big key. She's going to be a crazy big key to their success. Oh, Natasha Howard is, right?
Yeah. Natasha
He
Howard.
cap. He don't know who that is. He cap. She a dog. Hey, Natasha Howard's a dog. I'm not going to lie. That's what I'm saying. But you going to know who she is. You going to know who she is.
She wasn't at a rival, was it?
And that is the exact reason why Natasha Howard has joined the Indiana Fever. Courtney Williams, you're going to know who she is. Yeah, people will at the end of the season, especially if she can play. If in 25 minutes per game, she can go all out on both ends of the floor for 25 minutes, she's going to be exceptional. She's going to average 13, 14 a game, 7 or 8 rebounds per game, and she'll play defense.
Nah, she wasn't that unrivaled, and she was in Dallas last year, and Dallas wasn't that good. So, when you get on a team that don't be that good, it kind of like people don't really be talking about you.
Yeah.
I mean, they were okay the year before. She was injured most of last year.
But I think when she get on, obviously she gonna get talked about.
People know who you are.
People gonna know who she. You gonna know who she is anyway because she on that team with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Like you on the team with Caitlin Clark, you gonna be under that. You gonna be under that microscope.
They be talking about Caitlin Clark overrated. That girl ain't overrated. She bringing the heat.
No.
She bringing it, boy.
The Courtney Williams response to, is she overrated? Hell no. Like, fair enough. Like, the fact that obviously Courtney Williams is someone that matches up. Like, Caitlin Clark in the fourth quarter, the one time they beat the Lynx, it was literally just Caitlin Clark takeover in the fourth quarter. And the fact that you've got, again, Courtney Williams is a hooper. You have Kennedy Carter, who's a hooper. Like, if you're going to get respect from a hooper, you're going to have cooked said hooper. Let's be real. You're going to have done that.
Because she crossing them up, boy, then pulling up. You know what I mean?
Caitlin Clark a problem, bro.
Yeah, she that.
I just think about my rookie year, and I think about how I came into the league, and I'm like, bro, it was such a crazy like transition for me to just understand what it's like to play at the pro level. And it's like this girl coming in as a rookie and going like she broke the record for assists. I don't think people really understand like how crazy that is to do as a rookie, your first year doing this. But that's another episode. Shout out to Caitlin, bro. She's going crazy. She only gonna get better.
About
so yeah, like Courtney Williams again. I always say this where it's like you didn't hear the Liberty saying anything bad about Caitlin. You didn't hear the Lynx saying anything bad about Caitlin because they were just focused on that on their own thing. Maybe Stewie might have said the odd thing, but like they were focused on their own thing. The Phoenix Mercury, oh my God, they were doing everything they could to try to get Caitlin to Phoenix, to eventually come to Phoenix. Because they're like, well, this is going to help all of us out. And that's one of the things, like Courtney Williams is a hooper. Courtney Williams is an absolute hooper. And big fan of her game as a pure basketball standpoint. But she is right about it. She's absolutely right about it. Straight up that like the Fever are extremely dangerous. And also, she didn't say, she also was very honest with the fact that if you're playing with Caitlin Clark, there's a microscope on you, and that's a good or a bad, that can be a good or a bad thing. Like having the microscope on you can be a bad thing. Like it's not always a good thing. If you are playing well, it's a good thing. If you're playing bad, it's a bad thing. That is just a fact, to be honest. But anyway, yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Also, I will be linking to Courtney Williams' channel in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.